Marty Stuart's long career has left an indelible mark on the music business and on the lives of his fans and viewers. His wife Connie Smith got bad news, and he's taking care of it behind the scenes. To be there for her, Marty is stepping back. Watch this movie to learn about Marty's life, his relationship with Connie, and how this news affects them. Mary was born in Philadelphia, Mississippi, on September 30, 1958. He first heard music in the South of the United States, which is home to many different kinds of people. Having grown up in a simple home in rural America, he has always loved bluegrass and country music. Sir John Stewart was a great musician, and his son got ideas from listening to Hank Williams and Lester Flatt. During his childhood, he liked music and spent a lot of time playing the first, very expensive guitar that his dad gave him. During Marty's teenage years, his skills really stood out. He got better at singing and playing the mandolin by playing at neighborhood events and honky-tonks. Impressed Lester Flatt, who saw in him a friend who loved old country music as much as he did. When Marty was 13, he joined Flatt's band, the Nashville Grass. This changed his whole life. His apprenticeship to a famous person in the field helped him get better at the instrument and learn more about the history of country music. Marty Stuart became famous very quickly, but what made him unique was that he never gave up on his dream of becoming an artist. In the 1980s, he was already able to play more than one instrument, write songs, and act. At a time when catchy pop melodies were being added to country songs, his unique mix of country music with rockabilly and honky-tonk inspirations made him stand out. There were happy and sad times in Marty's personal life. If love had been what drove him, he would never have thought he could make a choice that would change his whole life. In the movie, this is the scene that shows how kind Marty is. He quit singing because being with his sick wife was more important to him than anything else. In this moving film, the importance of her diagnosis is shown. His choice, which sent a terrible message to his followers, and his final recovery from the terrible illness. Check out how this turns into a tragedy for the characters and how real friends show they care when you're sad. He became very close with and looked up to Marty, a wandering man who knew a lot of artists. This changed Marty's role in country music events and helped him start a single singing career, which was helped by Cash's charisma and ability to tell stories. From the 1980s to the 1990s, Marty became more famous, even though he stayed true to his country music roots. Albums like Tempted and Hillbilly Rock got good reviews from reviewers and made him the most important person in the genre. In addition to music, Marty knows a lot about photos and history. People who listen to country music through this lens will understand its long past and fall in love with its catchy melodies and deep lyrics. Naturally, Marty's upbringing predicted over 50 years of creativity, passion, and deep respect for the roots of country music. He went from living in a small town in Mississippi to playing on the biggest stages in Nashville and around the world. This is a true story of how music can change lives. Marty Stuart and Lester Flatt became one of the most popular and well-known country music pairs of all time. Their work together had an impact on the growth of country music and will continue to do so on future generations of artists and fans. The relationship between Marty Stuart and Lester Flatt began in the early 1970s. Bluegrass superstar Lester Flatt was shocked when Stuart all of a sudden became a great guitarist and mandolin player. Stuart joined Flatt's band, the Nashville Grass, when he was only 13 years old. He quickly started playing with and working with Flatt. Marty is very grateful to Flatt for all the help and advice he gave him as the style grew and for teaching him about the history of bluegrass and country music. Before he and Joe became popular together, Stuart was in Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys. He could see Stuart getting better as a singer and player. As the band's lead singer, this younger, more fired-up version of skill and energy brought new life to the Nashville Grass. There were a lot of events in the early 1970s that changed and boosted Stuart and Flatt's early jobs in youth. Stuart played with other bands for many years on the Nashville Grass, which taught him a lot about how to be on stage. The members of Little Big Town were able to learn more types of music by combining standard bluegrass from Flatt with Nashville's new country sound. There was a lot of musical chemistry between Marty Stuart and Lester Flatt. They both liked old country music and thought the other was great. Fans were able to enjoy a number of CDs featuring Flatt's sad singing and Stuart's skilled playing. The songs Take Me Back to Tulsa and I'll Stay Around are great examples of how they use silvery lines, banjo beats, fiddles, and Stuart, the little guitarist, to make catchy music. For a long time, many artists looked up to Marty Stuart and Lester Flatt's second successful partnership. Their work together brings bluegrass and current country music closer together, which lets other artists play around with the genre and make it bigger. Stewart's dedication to musical story, which he says comes from his time at Flats, is one of the things that makes his solo work stand out. They were close in more places than just the music hall and recording studio. Marty sees Flat as a mentor who taught him things outside of singing, and he often thinks about the valuable lessons he received from Flat. Stewart owes Flat a lot because he showed Stewart how to work hard, be humble, and protect the purity of country music. It's true that Marty decided to go solo after Flat died in 1979. His work as a solo artist cemented his position as country music's most original and creative artist. After that, as Flat's analysis shows, always paid homage to the genre's roots while trying new things with their work. He got good reviews from both reviewers and listeners for his solo albums, which mixed old and new sounds and styles like hillbilly rock and Tempted. This story about Marty Stuart and Lester Flatt shows that the country music form may be shaped by the relationship between a teacher and a student. Their songs cover a lot of different periods in the history of country music, just like Stewart's pop singing career showed how good he was from a young age. Marty Stuart honors Lester Flatt's memory through his songs and worked to keep country music's rich past alive. Does the fact that Marty Stuart and Lester worked together make country music better or worse? Enter your thoughts here and tell us what you think. Stewart's skills were noticed, and he was asked to join Johnny Cash's backup band. In 1982, he released his second album, Busy Bee Cafe. This bluegrass gem was made possible by musicians such as Doc Watson, Johnny Cash, and Earl Scruggs. It was liked by many that the recording was great. Stewart was married to Cindy Cash's daughter at this time, and the two skilled musicians worked together. In 1985, he did get his father-in-law to agree to let him start his own business. He got his start in rockabilly in 1986 with the album Marty Stuart. His first #1 hit, Arlene, came out the next year. In order to be more like the actors he worked hard to become, he wore flashy Western clothes and curled his hair. By stopping his marriage to Cindy in 1988, he made changes in his personal life. Had a country music song in the top 10 with the title track from Hillbilly Rock, 1989. Stewart got her first Grammy when she worked with Travis Tritt on the album The Whiskey Ain't Workin' in 1992. The song won the award for Best Country Vocal Collaboration. Following his work with country music greats such as Chet Atkins and Vince Gill on the song Red Wing Stewart, Stewart won another Grammy the next year for Best Country Instrumental Performance. Wasn't a big hit with the public, Stewart continued to have success as a country music singer. In the same year, he was the host of the first Marty Party TV special. Connie Smith was born in Elkhart, Indiana, on August 14, 1941. She is also one of the most important people in country music from the 1960s. Connie was one of the 14 kids. She was born into a very poor family, and they finally moved back to West Virginia. After that, they went to Dungan and Ohio while Shannon was still born. When she was young, her parents made her listen to Ernest Tubb and Eddie Arnold, two country music singers. In 1959, she was the valedictorian of her grade school class. Between her and the winner, there was only 1/10 of a point between them. She also started doing shows in her neighborhood, which made her feel better about herself. After she won a talent show at Frontier Ranch Country Music Park, singer-songwriter Bill Anderson invited her to make music in Nashville. After getting such great feedback from her performance at Ernest Tubbs' Midnight Jamboree, she chose to make it her permanent home. They made the song once a day at her first session with RCA after she signed with the company. It was the first song by a female country act to ever make it to #1, and it stayed there for an amazing 8 weeks. Even now, people still ask her to sing it. It's right up there with her biggest church hit, How Great Thou Art. Smith kept getting better after that. She released 31 records, 3 of which were #1 hits, and was nominated for 11 Grammy Awards. 20 of her country songs made it to the top 10. Rolling Stone says she is number 100 on their list of the 100 greatest country artists. They met for the first time when Marty Stuart was a rising star in Nashville's music scene in the early 1970s. Smith saw that Stuart had promise. Stuart was already well known from classics like Once a Day. Because both of them loved and cared about the history of old country music, their work respect quickly turned into a friendship. They have worked together for a long time in the entertainment business, which shows how much they love each other. Their shared energy brings them together on stage. Some strange songs, like I Run to You and Farmer's Blues, showed how well their singing styles and backgrounds went together. Their friendship turned into a passionate love story as their feelings for each other grew stronger over time. Marty often wrote songs about Connie and the things they had been through together as a way to honor her. He was known for powerful shows and beautiful songs. In an interview, Stuart said that Connie Smith was his mother's favorite singer. At our house, there was a tape of her called Miss Smith Goes to Nashville. The cover had a beautiful picture of her. I thought she was the most beautiful young woman in the world. I had my mom take me shopping for a bright yellow blouse so that Connie would see me at the rock concert that night. Once the show was over, she signed my book and took a picture with my sister and me. On the way home, I asked my mom to marry me. It took 25 years to find the solution, but it worked. Marty Stuart and Connie Smith got married in 1997, but they've never been afraid to show how much they love each other. The country music community was thrilled for them because they were both so dedicated to their music and it was clear that they were in love. Even though Marty and Connie had demanding executive-style jobs, they were able to find a good mix between work and life. Eddie and Leanne were able to get closer and support each other's performances because they both loved old country music and other traditions, artifacts, and things that were similar. Connie Smith is the face of a new wave of honest country music. Marty Stuart, on the other hand, is a big name in current traditional country music. As part of its goal, the company supports this genre, does charitable work, and keeps these kinds of traditions alive. The marriage of Marty Stuart and Connie Smith shows how strong love and money can be in country music. As they went from being co-workers to life partners, they both got better at their jobs, and the music they both love has changed forever. Marty and Connie's relationship has been praised for how well it works and how much they love country music, but it has also had to deal with the normal attention that famous people get. Along the way, they've faced challenges that test their dedication, tolerance, and ability to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Marty Stuart and Connie Smith are country music stars who are accustomed to scrutiny and criticism from the general public. They are both always in the public eye because they are famous and work in areas that get a lot of attention. The fact that they are both famous and that they are different ages makes their friendship even more interesting. As they attempt to manage fan interaction effectively while juggling their work and personal life, even the strongest pair ties might feel the strain of this constant demand. As musicians and entertainers, Marty and Connie have both kept themselves very busy. Marty plays in bands and for country music. Artists who perform, record, and sell their music spend a lot of time away from home, which can cause relationship problems. Maintaining a good work-life balance while still making time for each other has been an ongoing challenge that has called for patience and understanding. Their relationship has also been affected by how they deal with family issues and outside factors like friendships, professional relationships, and personal duties. They have to be patient, understanding, and committed to each other in order to control expectations, solve problems, and find common ground when outside forces come into play. Because they love each other so much, Marty quits his job to be with his wife when she hears the terrible news that she is sick. Marty gets up from the stage to be with Connie as she goes through this hard time. Watch to see how Marty's unwavering love and dedication helped them get through a dangerous situation. The terrible news about Connie Smith's health is about to come out, but there's more shocking news coming out. Marty Stuart and Connie Smith work together professionally. Can their love and strength help them get through this terrible problem? We will find out. Connie Smith, a famous country music singer, gets bad news: she is very sick. Let's take a moment to admire what this woman has done before we talk about her fight. Connie has had an amazing career, being nominated for several Grammy Awards and putting out more than 50 records. She is in the Country Music Hall of Fame twice. People who love music still adore her, and her songs have brought comfort and joy to many. Connie hasn't been lucky, unfortunately. Her family and she like to keep their private lives secret. Because of this, not much is known about her condition. Though, it has been said that she is having major problems, which could be the result of a stroke. But Connie is very busy even though she is sick. She has loved spending time with her family and friends and has always been determined to succeed. Even though she's been through a lot, she feels at ease with her husband and kids. Singer Marty Stuart, who plays country music. Many people who like Connie's music have started to talk about the times when it meant the most to them. At the same time that these comments remind others of how powerful she is, they may also give her strength in those situations. Let's pay close attention to the amazing love and strength that Marty Stuart has shown his wife Connie Smith during her recent illness. This is a story about love, sticking with something, and how music can bring people together forever. Martin Stuart had a successful 20-year career in country music, putting together Grammy winners, hit songs, and cover versions. He might even be seen as an icon in his own right. After Marty Robbins's professional success, his personal life is very connected to that of his wife Connie Smith, a country singer who has been making beautiful, cheerful music since the 1960s. The news about Connie Smith's new medical illness shocked all of her fans and family members. Still, it can't tell what health problems she is having. In spite of that, she has a lot of work to do. Last but not least, Connie is very important to Marty Stuart. He loves her by being there for her during some of the most dangerous parts of the movie. Marty has talked in interviews about how hard it was for him emotionally to hear Connie's news. He talked about the first times he felt completely useless as he thought about the future of the woman he loved. Marty doesn't want to give up hope, instead, he wants to be the rock for Connie. In the past, they used music as a way to talk to each other. In spite of everything, it has helped me feel better. It makes their home feel happy and normal when Marty plays guitar songs that Connie loves while sitting next to her. His love for her is shown in this small way, but it shows how much he cares. Marty is also now working for Connie's life and making sure she gets the best therapy possible. With care and persistence, he has taken on the role of caretaker, keeping track of her doctor's visits, reading up on her illness, and giving her words of support. Some fans have gone on social media to show their support for Connie and Marty. Some of the most shared things on social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are photos, videos, and emotional comments about how this music has changed people's lives. You shouldn't take these words at face value. Everyone in the marriage thinks they're great. People have shown how much they love their favorite acts by packing recent concerts. A lot of people ignored her and put up signs that said things like "Love you, Connie." At the same time, the song's fame has never gone down, and fans have always been singing and dancing along. These are the times when artists feel like the crowd is like a second family. Besides these business friends, other people have stepped in to help me out now. Other singers and people who work with musicians have called and visited Artie and Connie. Some people have even put together shows to bring attention to Connie's health problems and help pay for her medical bills. The couple is much more determined to face the difficulties that lie ahead now that they have this support system. The lesson in the lyrics is that love can mend broken hearts, even when it hurts. A huge amount of love and support for Connie Smith and Marty Stuart shows how close their friendships and fan groups are. A story about strength, friendship, and the unbreakable will to live. Which of the songs or memories of Connie Smith and Marty Stuart means the most to you?